What's going on, everybody? Down South 77 here again, and this is 3-Star Draw, an adult collector channel where we talk about G.I. Joe, mostly G.I. Joe classified, and once in a while we'll take a look at some other stuff that piques my interest and I will pick up and throw on the shelf and like to show you guys. Today is a happy day. I'm actually was able to get a hold of some of the new wave that just come out, might be coming out, been out. I don't know how to phrase that anymore, but the latest wave of G.I. Joe classified. So this video here, we are going to be taking a look at number 124, Kim Jinx Arashikage. Oh, this was a figure, again, one that I was not really super excited for. I've never been a huge Jinx fan. And then when they showed her off, I like the fact that she's unmasked. She doesn't any longer look like she's just wearing some pajamas. But she does come with the extra masked head sculpt. She's sleeveless. But I think what really set it off for me with this figure was her tattoo and the fact that she comes with the blindfold from the movie. And I like that because that means they are getting into some more cartoon stuff in the main classified line. We saw that with Quick Kick with the Fudgy Bar, which was the main reason that I even bought Quick Kick, and he's actually a very good figure. So same thing for Jinx. I hope the blindfold does the trick and she's really a good figure. I have watched a couple of reviews on her. Most people seem to like her. I like female characters. I think we need some more female characters. So I'm excited to get her in the collection now that I actually have her in hand. And I gotta say, these boxes are trash. Like, these new boxes, they're so generic. But we do still get actually photos on the back, and we do still get a little bit of artwork. We don't get anything in the back. You got the Joe star back there, but as far as artwork, I think that's the thing that I will probably miss the most from the windowless boxes was the coffins that they come in with the black and white artwork that I still say could have used a little splash of color somewhere. Anyway, we got windowless or window packaging back, so maybe all of your figures that you go to buy will actually be in here since we can see them now. So let's go ahead and pop Jinx out and check her out. Jinx looks like when you pull the tray out. Packed in there pretty nice. Pretty decent looking head sculpt on her. I like it's been pointed out, I saw other places, the subtle blush there on her cheeks. Alright, let's get her accessories out and see what she looks like. Alright, man, getting her out was not too bad. When you take these extra hands she comes with out, be extra careful when you take these things out because they don't want to come out. I popped one out of that tray and lost it for 3 or 4 minutes. They're in the tray like this, and you want to push behind them, behind the tray on the squishy part. You want to push down and out to pop them out because they're in there by the little peg. So okay, so we see that she has extra hands. Interestingly enough, she comes packaged with her fist hands on instead of her grabby hands, and she does not have, oh, she does. I was wrong. I didn't think she had a trigger finger. She does have trigger fingers, but they're not as pronounced as they are on a lot of the other characters, so we'll set those over there for now. Does have her sword. I'm guessing this is a katana, but notice it's actually got the texture on the blade. I thought was pretty cool. It's not just solid, actually catches the light a little bit. So kind of a neat touch, like they knew people would be doing some photography with Jinx. Textured hilt wrap. It is brown. Looks like a little piece of sprue there. You can't even see this, other than it being right up close on the camera. It can't even hardly see it to pull it off. I can't even tell. Anyway, all right. So you have that, and that obviously is going to go in a certain way since it is a curved blade. Helps if you put it in that way. It does have her extra head sculpt with the wrap tie in the back. This one looks a whole lot more like the classic Jinx that we had in Real American Hero, except at least the top is smooth. It doesn't look like she's wearing a pillowcase, because that's what I always thought that it looked like. And you can actually see the texture there where it is an actual wrap and then pulled tight and tied there. You can see the knot where it's tied. Thought that was a pretty cool little detail. Actually, seems like this should stay two pieces, but it's probably better that it isn't. It is joined together, and you can clearly see that it's two pieces of it, but it is joined, so it's just kind of one piece. Then we do have her blindfold for her unmasked head. You can recreate the G.I. Joe movie, and she does have her Jinx weapon that has been debated for the ages. What this thing is actually called, I don't know. I know it has a name, and then some people say it is not that, and I'm going to call it her bow staff spear. What do you think about that? I know that's not anywhere close to right. That's what I'm going to call it. Let's take a look at the lady herself. Necklace is, I'm guessing it's removable. If you pop her head off, you can take that off if you want to, but looks like that will work with either head on there. It's got kind of a giraffe neck. You know, sometimes you meet people in life that have giraffe necks, and she's one of them. Does look pretty accurate, I think, to the movie Jinx. So she does have a little touch of blush there. Do a better job with her than they have some of the other female figures as far as the paint on the face. Lipstick's just about right. It looks a little bright on the screen to me, but it doesn't look that bright in person. And then we got her tattoos. She's got a cool tattoos. Got cherry blossoms. It's like a traditional Japanese with the swirls. They have a name that I cannot recall. And then she does have pink cherry blossoms sprinkled through it. I think that looks really neat. I know some people are kind of meh over the tattoos, but I have tattoos, and I think these modernized type characters would too. So that's my take on it. She does have the pinless double jointed elbows that she definitely needs as a ninja. Jinx is Storm Shadow's first cousin, presumably on his father's side since they have the same last name. I was worried about the pants. I didn't think I was gonna like the flowy, billowy looking pants, although her knees are way skinny, and I realized that she's supposed to be wearing knee pads, guards of some sort, and the look works. I just think it looks kind of funny. It's got this subtle dark red down each side that goes all the way down, matches her outfit. This wrap around her waist is not movable. It doesn't look like. Looks like that's actually sculpted in, and then this part is probably glued on. I don't know. I can't tell. Probably don't want to pull on that real hard. Then she does have her dragon on her front of her gi. This striping matches this. It's more of a brown than a actual dark red. Little stripes on there. A lot of detail in this figure. I think she nails a Japanese. Was Jinx Japanese or Japanese American? I mean, she's got kind of a Tia Carrere look. I dig it. Again, another figure that I was not really planning to order until I saw her. When I saw her unveiled, when they showed us what she looked like, said, yep, I think I'm going to have to get her. Just want to see how well she poses, because my original Storm Shadow, the first Storm Shadow, and I've never had a lot of luck posing that first Storm Shadow. More I've messed with him as I've gotten more acquainted with the figures, because I did get him relatively early in my collecting. I've gotten a little better with posing him around, but he never seemed much like he wanted to pose very well for me. I made the comment quite a few times that, why is the Ninja one of the least posable figures? So other people say they hadn't had that problem with him, but I just didn't have a lot of luck doing many poses with him. So we got her mask head on. I guess I should have put the blindfold on the other one. That matches pretty well. This almost seems a little lighter, but whatever, it's not off that much. We know that Hasbro does not like to match their reds, that's for sure. So I did get her on one foot briefly. Wasn't that hard to do, so I don't think you'll have any problem getting Jinx in some good poses. Anyway, you saw it. So let's swap her hands out. Get some weapons in her hands. Hand swap nice and smooth. Heard that pop coming off. And got one going back in. No, it seems like that one's kind of angled downward a little bit. Is that one? Yeah, that one's that way too. Alright, well, if they're both that way, okay. She does not have any sort of belt or anything for her sword to peg in to hold her sword on. I guess you could say it's part of that, but it doesn't continue around, so you folks that have a problem with floating backpacks probably gonna have a problem with this one too. I'm not really sure what to do with the wrap. I guess probably that way. And she does have the double elbow, so shouldn't have any problem at all getting her into a sword drawing pose. Looks pretty nice. She is a good looking figure. She's a slender figure, but she feels really solid for such a slender figure. That might be a problem, but I mean, you know, it's talking about toys. I do, even with the mast head on, I still think she's got a bit of a giraffe neck. We looked at everything. Now let's look at her bow staff spear. I'm sure somebody in the comments is going to tell me what this thing is really called, or what they think it's called and what other people don't think it's called. Big old formidable looking blades on it though. Like, I don't want anybody swinging one of these bow staff thingies at me. That's for sure. Because you can cut with it, you can stab with it, you can slice with it. And then we saw her ability to twirl things in the movie, and this is clearly what it's going off of is the movie with the unmasked and the blindfold. Come on, Jinxie. She's a good looking figure. Like I said, I wasn't going to pick her up, but the unmasked head and the blindfold is kind of what sold me on her. And I like that sculpt better. This blindfold is pretty flexible plastic. So it shouldn't be too much of a problem getting it on her, other than it wants to roll. Might be easier to put it on from the bottom, but I feel like this thing it's stretchy enough that you shouldn't have to. It twists a little. I don't like the twist, but you can get that out pretty easy. Get that up over her ears, because everybody knows if you wear a blindfold, you don't want it over your ears because it's uncomfortable. No peeking. Well, you're peeking. Might have to go over the ear, actually. I know I had it on there, but look, that's just the way my mind works. It wasn't right. There. I wonder, it's not a better idea to kind of stretch it as you pull it. It's probably what you're going to have to do. I don't think it did twist. Anyway, I'll fool with that later on. But the front part of the band for the blindfold is wider, so you can see where how it's really meant for that part to cover her eyes. Blindfold looks pretty good on there, I think. Definitely gives you what you're trying to convey. So I think Jinx on my shelf is probably going to be something like this. I like the blindfold. She will be good in some photography, I think. Like that, like she's getting ready to do some sort of an upward thrust with it. Looks pretty good. What do you guys think? Did you guys pick Jinx up? I recommend her, and I'm not a Ninja fan. There's not really a whole lot more to say about her. She looks good. She poses well. She doesn't come with a lot of stuff, but I think the original, she had the backpack, right? And didn't she have 2 katanas? Didn't she have 2 blades in the original? I think it seems like they were red. I don't know. I had her, but Jinx didn't get a lot of playtime the harder that they leaned into ninjas, the further they pushed me away. So, after the time of the movie, especially in the toy line, they went full ninja, and I just wasn't with it. So I have a lot of fun playing with this figure. She's gonna be a fun one to mess around with and do some posing and things with, I think. Alright guys, there is Kim Jinx Arashikage. What'd you guys think? Did you pick her up? You gonna pick her up? What do you think about her? She's kind of basic, but she's one of those figures that really is fine with being basic. She compensates with perfectly bringing the look and what she's supposed to be. So I like her. I'm going to give her a 4.25 yeehaws out of 5. So she ranks pretty high. For whatever reason, these characters that I'm not crazy about seem to be the ones that I'm liking best lately. So what do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments. If you like the video, I appreciate you hit that thumbs up, that like, that subscribe, that share, all that good stuff. Just don't hit the thumbs down by accident. And I will see you next time on 3-Star Draw.